I already showed you 2 smartwatches with built-in earbuds, plus the astronaut watch, which just died right now. But let's go ahead and pick out a new watch from the pile here and see if it's any good. It looks like this one is a Trainia smartwatch, and there's no fancy cover here, just a little diagram and some key features at the bottom, like the HD color display, the super long battery, and this one appears to be waterproof. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so we're immediately greeted with a little pamphlet here that tells you have a 15-month warranty on this thing. That's probably the first time I've seen that on a watch before. And of course, you do get a charging cable that snaps on the back of the watch with a magnet and plugs into a USB port. Now let's actually go ahead and check out the watch. Already, this looks a lot more like an activity tracker, just because it has that look of a stopwatch with the 2 dials on the sides. On the back, it looks like it has a sensor, and the watch bands are swappable, just like the other 2 watches here. So let's go ahead and actually turn this on. Okay, so I tried the 2 dials, but it looks like it's completely dead, so I think I have to charge it first. Just from feeling this in my hands already, it feels really solid. Hopefully this one can take a beating. I definitely will have to test it later on. And yep, it was at 0% battery, so we'll let that charge real quick. I got hungry during this video, and I still wanted to eat some hot Cheetos, so I started using this fork method. And so far, it is super effective. Let me know if you guys have any other methods in the comments. For the meantime, I am checking out the manual, and I can already tell this has a lot of apps that you can add to it, but it is mainly geared towards fitness. One of the first things plastered on one of the pages here is all the activities you can track with this watch. And it looks like this one finally has music controls that we've been wanting on the other watches. This watch face reminds me a lot of fitness apps, but if we long press the screen or go on the app, we can always change it. One of the side buttons gives you quick access to all the activity tracking, and if you go back home and swipe, you get all your apps on the left side. The watch includes a lot of the utility apps you might want, like a watch, sleep tracking, your weather, your message notifications, and a bunch of other features. They even include a flashlight, which I thought was pretty weird. This might work if you really are in the dark, but I don't know if it has much functionality personally. If you do want to add a lot of the apps that I showed you in the booklet, you will need to use the mobile app for this watch, so that you can personally pick the apps you really want and the ones you don't. If you swipe to the right, you do get quick access to all your information. So this is pretty similar to the other watches we've looked at. This almost feels like a mix between the 3 watches we looked at, but with a much heavier focus on fitness. This watch is definitely not going to be your most budget-friendly option out there. It will still be cheaper than a lot of the brand name smartwatches, and I could definitely see someone using this. If they like to run a lot or are just super active outdoors, this is definitely one of the more durable options.